Welcome to the GPK Boys. I'm Nick Atef.
And I'm Ryan Kazera. Today we've got an awesome guest for you guys. We've got Roxanne Toser, who is from the Non-Sports Update magazine, and without a doubt, a lot of GPK folklore.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Roxanne, the first thing I want to ask you is if you can tell us how you became involved with Garbage Pail Kids and what about them appealed to you?
We were in the mail order business from the mid 70s. And at that time, there weren't any magazines having to do with non-sport cards. And it was hard to know what was coming out where. It seemed like cards were being issued in different parts of the country. So we kept in touch with different people who were also selling cards by mail order. And we were very friendly with Mark Macaluso. He was a hobby icon. He was very involved in non-sport cards. And he's the one who told me about Garbage Pail Kids. And my first reaction was, you've got to be kidding. Has Topps lost their mind completely? And but it didn't take long for me to fall in love with them. I loved the artwork.
So Roxanne, that means you witnessed the phenomenon in the 80s of the Garbage Pail Kids getting crazy. We would have all been children at that time, so we were in it, but we weren't able to look outside looking in. What was that like? And especially as like an adult looking at it.
I can't begin to tell you. I swear we ate, slept, drank Garbage Pail Kids. Our phone was ringing continuously. And we would get calls from men saying that they were buying the cards for their children. They were really buying them for themselves. It was just phenomenal. And every place that you went, there were items related to Garbage Pail Kids. And I was smart enough to buy a lot of those items because I just loved it. And there were sales and I'd buy everything I could find.
Was it popular right from series 1?
Yeah, it was with the kids. I was teaching at the time and the children just loved it. I didn't know how good some of the things were, like making fun of presidents as far as children were concerned. But other than that, I really liked them. We had a oil millionaire who was involved in Garbage Pail Kids. And he built a room on his house just for Garbage Pail Kids. And he was just half out of his mind. I was on the phone one day with another collector, and the operator interrupted the call and said, "This is Brian, so-and-so. It's an emergency." I said, "Tell Brian, I know this is not an emergency, and I will speak to him when I'm done with this call." And I told him never to do that to me again. I said, "I don't care how much money you have. I treat all my customers the same way, and you can just be patient and wait."
During the peak of that, of people calling you to find things, was there something that sort of stuck it in your brain that people were asking for and you actually had a very tough time finding it at the time?
No, they really weren't buying the collectibles at that time. They were just interested in the stickers. And I was able to get them. I had a good relationship with a candy wholesaler here in town, and I could buy all the boxes that I wanted there and make sets and sell them.
Question: you had a friendship with Jay Lynch, and how did your relationship with Jay Lynch influence your participation in the non-sports card world?
Oh, Jay was wonderful. I just miss him every single day. If you could see above my computer, I have an uncut sheet of wacky packages with Jay Lynch art. I have a clock with Jay Lynch's face on it. We were really close friends. And when he first contacted me, he was working for Diamond. It was a sticker company. And I don't even know how he found out about me, but he was interested in buying something. And he was just so mild-mannered. I had no idea who he really was. I was researching things at the library some of the artists, and I saw his name and found out how famous he really was, but you would have never known it by speaking with him. And we just remained very, very close throughout his life. And in fact, I visited him a week before he passed. And I just loved him.
Roxanne, let me ask you. Obviously, you have a very, very deep love for Wacky Packages. Obviously, you guys even produced kind of a special production that was, The Beat Goes On, 30 Years of Wacky Packages. Is that where your love for non-sports cards started, or was there something else that got you into it?
Well, I guess it was really Star Wars that got us involved. Although all along, I have 3 sons, and the 2 older sons collected baseball cards, and the younger one wasn't interested in sports at all. And so I'd buy him a couple packs of this and a couple packs of that. And of course, we ended up having lots of Batman cards around, Dark Shadows, things like that. And I really liked the non-sport cards, and I wanted to get him involved. And so when we started the mail order business, it was more or less under his name, but I did all the letter writing and everything. He was 11 years old.
Roxanne, you started the non-sports card update magazine in the 90s, early 90s. Could you tell us just a tiny bit about that project? And then how did it eventually get sold to Beckett?
Well, we started the magazine. We were very friendly with Chris Benjamin, who had worked on the Sports Americana series of non-sport books, which were published by Beckett. And we talked it over, and we were unhappy. Non-sport cards were starting to really get out of hand price-wise, because there were strikes going on in baseball. And so the baseball cards weren't around for a short time. There weren't any sports cards. So all the sports card dealers decided they would get into non-sports, and they were driving up the prices. I had a dealer call me and said, "Oh, you're going to be so happy. We're really, raising the prices on these cards." And I said, "That doesn't make me one bit happy. We love the cards, we collect them, and we're not in it for the value." So we decided to start the magazine, and we knew absolutely nothing about printing a magazine, because we wanted to hold the prices and have a price guide in it and show what the prices really were. And we were so fortunate. We were friendly with some of the manufacturers. We didn't have to put any of our own money into this magazine. We got ads from manufacturers that paid for the first issue. And we printed it for almost 26 years.
Who set the values?
Different dealers around the country. We had a whole chain of people that helped us with the prices. We had Bill DeFranzo, may he rest in peace. He was in charge of the price guide, and he would get the prices from all these people. And Beckett approached us. We didn't have the magazine for sale, and they wanted to buy it. And we thought, well, the time has come. And so we sold it.
Yeah, because us early 40s guys, we look at those old price guides and we just wish that the prices were anywhere close to what we saw in those things. Those are dreams. Those are dream prices back there. Yeah.
Those really were the prices.
So you went from having the magazine to co-hosting the non-Philly sports card show. Could you tell us how that happened?
When the Philly show started, it was 1984, and Frank Richter was the one who started that show. And he called me up on the phone, and he said, "I'm thinking of starting a non-sport card show. Would you set up as a dealer if I did it?" And I said, "I think you're crazy, but yes, I'll do it." I didn't think there was enough interest in non-sport cards to have a show. And we set up at that show. And because we were the first people that he asked to set up, he gave us tables 1, 2, and 3. And he moved to various places. And we always had tables 1, 2, and 3, because we have done every single show since 1984. We are the only family that has done that. And it reached a point where they were running the show at a college in New Jersey. And we didn't know it, but they were taking money out of their retirement fund to continue running the show because it was very expensive to be having it where they had it. And they came to us and said, would you like to buy the show? And we said, well, we certainly were not interested in buying a show that you had to invest your retirement fund into. And so we said, well, how about if we go together on this and see if we can find a better place to have it that won't cost so much money. And we were fortunate. Someone that we knew suggested the Merchant Square Mall in Allentown. And so we started having the show there. And eventually the Richters just wanted out of it entirely. And so we bought them out. And now we're the ones who run this show, and we love it. And we lost our site at the Merchant Square Mall because of COVID. The gentleman had to do something with that room other than depending on shows every week. And so now we're going to be at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania.
If somebody was to walk in there, give me an idea on what that would look like and what the experience overall would be like.
Well, you will find cards from way back when, war cards from the 30s up until what was printed yesterday. And that's what makes our show so nice. We try to get dealers selling a variety of the cards. And you'll find mostly cards, but you'll find some memorabilia as well. And it's just amazing to see nothing but non-sport cards every place you look. And at this show, we're going to be really happy to have Atom Bomb, and people can have their pictures taken with Atom Bomb. Plus, we have 4 great artists at this upcoming show. We have David Gross, Smoking Joe, Lily Merceda, and Robert Jimenez. So we have found that people are more interested in the artists than having guests.
I know back in 2019, Brent Engstrom actually did a card of you. Just wondered, do you have that behind you by chance at all? Or in front of you or around you?
I have this.
Oh, man, that is fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Roxanne, can you tell us about your jacket?
Topps gave us this jacket to give away as a prize at a dinner we were having. And Joe Simcoe's son, Zai, won this jacket. Now, what was a little tyke of 4 or 5 going to do with this jacket? So I said, Zai, how would you like some money to buy toys, lots and lots of toys? And I bought the jacket from Zai. So that's how I ended up with this great jacket.
So that's probably one of your favorite GPK items, correct?
Yes, it is.
And so then, do you have a GPK collection yourself?
Well, I really did, but I've been selling it off, to be quite truthful. I mean, we're at an age where you do start to just sell things off. And of course, it was the right time to sell it. It's so popular.
Yeah.
And one thing, I have these back here, the GPK pencils.
Yeah. Oh,
These
love
are
those. Legendary. Those are legendary.
And I know where I got a lot of things, but I have no idea where I got these pencils. But I really had quite a few of them. They came in a box. Well, in fact, let's see. It's a sort of a beat up box, and it doesn't really have anything to do with pencils.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yet I did do some research, and this is a Sundance company, and it says pencils. So they did these pencils, and I must have gotten them at a show.
I'm just curious, Roxanne, did you keep any first series boxes?
No, we sold all those, and we did not sell those at a good time either.
It's a good times right now. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we certainly wish we had them, but listen, you just can't keep everything, and
No, that's for sure.
Guys, go check out the Philly Non-Sports Card Show. And Roxanne, I just want to thank you so much for sitting with us, letting us pick your brain, telling us the stories, letting us know about your jacket. It was a true pleasure to have you with us.
thank you very much for having me. It's been fun.